So I came across this social media playbook that was originally made for car dealerships, of all things. But inside it, there's this universal formula for building trust that is it's a game changer. It's a really simple shift in thinking that could totally change how you look at marketing.
But first, let me ask you something. Just, take a second and think about your own social media feed. What do you actually see when you're scrolling? I'm guessing it feels like you're just getting hit with this constant wall of sales pitches and ads, right? You are definitely not alone. It's a massive problem, and it's a #1 reason we all just learned to tune out.
And right here, this is the root of the issue. Most businesses have their entire social media strategy completely backwards. They spend 80% of their time shouting sales pitches and only maybe 20% giving you something of actual value. The strategy we're going to talk about today, it flips that whole thing right on its head.
Okay, so let's get into this idea of the overdrawn trust account. To really get this, you have to start thinking about your relationship with your audience like it's a kind of bank account.
Welcome to the Trust Bank Account. It's such a simple but really powerful concept. See, every single time you post something that's genuinely helpful or authentic or just plain entertaining, that's a deposit. And every time you ask for the sale, you push a promotion, that's a withdrawal. The problem is, most brands out there are just making withdrawals over and over again, leaving their accounts totally perpetually overdrawn. So, the process to fix it becomes incredibly simple. Step 1, your main focus is just making consistent deposits. Build up that trust, get that positive balance way up, and only then, step 2, can you make a smart strategic withdrawal. You literally have to earn the right to ask for the sale.
And that brings us to the elegant solution for managing that trust account perfectly. We call it the 80-20 trust formula.
When you see it like this, the priority becomes crystal clear, doesn't it? A huge 80% chunk of your effort, your time, your creativity, it should all be focused on content that builds that trust. The promotions, that's just the small 20% slice that only works because of all the hard work you put into the big 80%. And look, this isn't just about some arbitrary numbers, it's about human psychology. When you consistently, day in and day out, provide real value, you are actively training your audience. You're changing their behavior. They learn that when they see your name pop up in their feed, it's worth stopping the scroll, because they expect something interesting, not just another ad asking for their money.
So, building trust, the 80%. What do these trust-building deposits actually look like in the real world?
Well, the playbook breaks it down into 5 key types of content. You've got content that's all about helping people, so educational stuff, sharing customer success stories, and then you have content that's about being human, showing what goes on behind the scenes, recognizing your amazing staff, and just connecting with your local community. What's the common thread here? All of it provides value without asking for anything in return. And this is the key mindset shift you have to make. It's about genuine generosity. You need to create content that's so valuable, it actually helps people even if they never, ever buy from you. That, right there, that's the foundation of real, unshakable trust. And what's really cool is this mindset even changes your 20% of promotional content. It stops feeling like a pushy interruption. When you've built up enough of that trust, a promotion doesn't feel like an ad anymore. It feels like a helpful recommendation from an expert you actually trust. All right, for all the local businesses listening, this next part is your secret weapon. This is where you can get an absolutely incredible advantage. So forget trying to compete on some generic hashtag like #CarService, where you're just screaming into the void against huge national brands. Your power is in being specific. Instead of #CarService, you become #Springfield AutoCare. Right away, you cut through all that noise, you slash your competition, and you crank up your relevance. And just think about how this feels when you see it. A simple little reference to a local spot like Miller Lake instantly makes your content feel personal. It feels relatable. It shows you're not just some business in the community, you're part of it. I mean, the business case for this is undeniable. When you build a deeper connection with your community, you naturally get higher engagement. And that engagement leads directly to better conversions, turning those online likes and comments into actual, real-world visits.
So, from trust to transaction, how does all this feel-good, trust-building stuff actually lead to sales? Let's map out that whole journey.
It's really a 5-stage process. First, your valuable content makes you memorable, makes you recognizable. Then, when a need pops up, you're already on their shortlist. After that, your authenticity makes them actually prefer you over your competitors. That relationship you built directly influences the purchase. And then finally, those happy customers become your biggest advocates, your best marketers.
But maybe the most powerful part of all this is that it's not a short-term trick. It's a long-term strategy with a serious compound effect. The trust you build today becomes your single most valuable asset 6 months from now, a year from now. It creates this momentum that your competitors just can't buy.
And this is the ultimate payoff. When you do finally share a promotion, your audience doesn't see another annoying ad. They see a helpful recommendation from that trusted expert they've come to know and rely on. It just completely changes the entire dynamic.
So that really just leaves us with one final thought. Take a good, hard look at your own social media. Are you just adding to the noise, creating more ads that people are just going to scroll right past? Or are you actually investing in what could become your single most valuable marketing asset, the genuine trust of your community?